Okay, got started just a couple of minutes late this morning. My name's Thomas Dubois. It is 12:10 of 25, and as I was saying, boy oh boy, December is flying by. Only 9 more days for the gift card promo, and kind of excited about that. But what I wish people would do is really um, listen to their upline or read the instructions and whatnot before going to buy them and whatnot, because a lot of people are buying them without even knowing how they work. And so I want to express, if you're not sure how they work, please get with somebody and make sure you understand. But it's pretty self-explanatory in the instructions. But I have a group that bought a bunch of 3 packs and thought that they were getting the 3 to get 4, and so it's just a matter of reading the instructions and understanding. So I'm grateful to be here this morning with you. I'm grateful that promo is just rocking and rolling, and I know that I have some on the way, and I'm excited about that, and so do others. But I also know that he said at the end of the year that last night he said at the end of the year that 5 to get 6 is going away. So that is what I would push even more so than the gift cards. Okay, because for one, here in the United States, we cannot use the gift cards until we get them in the mail. Okay, they will not give us a digital code. We will have to get them in the mail. For those out of the country, though, you can for those out of the country, you will get them digitally. I don't know exactly how that's laying out yet. So gift card promotion going awesome, going strong. I want to keep on Bobby's theme yesterday of how can we help. How can we help the coin price? How can we help move things along in a gradual, in a good way? One is buy. We teach it, but do we do it? Buy while it's low, cash in while it's high. Okay, buy low, sell high. It's a real easy concept, and we are in the game of trying to increase the value of our community, our coin, our liquidity, all of those things, our market cap. And a couple of things to do on that is you can go to Coin Market Cap, and let me share screen already real quick here. Let me go over here, and I think that I got it here somewhere. I don't see it. Never mind, because I don't see it. Did not make its way. Oh, there it is. Okay. But you can go to Coin Market Cap, okay, and you can go up to markets, and you can see all of the places that you can buy, all of the places that you can buy a Texit Coin with. So please check that out. Please be aware of what's going on there. And there's Dex Trade. So I posted in, and I want to so I posted in the chat Corey's training on Dex Trade, so that you all can have some direct instructions, and I will also put that into WhatsApp. Matter of fact, I think I can probably do that now for us real quick. Let me see if I might. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that everybody has access to it, and so some of these we did a training on Bionex as well. So Andrea posted all of the trainings. By the way, thank you, Andrea, for bringing all of that together and doing all of that for us. Thank all of the teachers that have been teaching on this call for all of this time. We surely do appreciate it. So I'm going to keep the screen shared today because what I'm going to do today is I believe that there's a gentleman that keeps along with the theme of what Bobby was talking about yesterday on the call. If you didn't listen to the call, I believe Bobby did a great job of sharing his excitement, laying it out, keeping to having helping everybody to stay positive. And what do? We follow our leader in his positivity, right? And I'm very excited about the spot that we're in right now. It's the same every December in every coin that I've ever been a part of and everything that I've been a part of. That in the month of December, we have a little bit of a lull, and then come January, skyrockets. So, what does that mean? Buy, 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 buy. Buy every chance that you get. So I bought $500 worth yesterday. Last week I bought thousands of dollars worth, and so I'm going to do the same. But I want guys, this video has a lot of education to it and a lot of things to it, and I'm going to play this for us today. If you haven't seen it yet, this gentleman is a ranger, and he calls this the amendment to the coin to the path to 16, but I think it is worthy of playing for you all today. And so, and then we'll discuss it at the end and have any leader add to it whatever they would like, or we'll answer any questions. But that's what I got for you today because I thought it's very, very relevant for what we're going through today. For all of the co-hosts, if you'll help people to come in, that would be really, really awesome. Somebody's got their hand up already, and I don't, I don't think I'm going to answer any questions at this time. If there's something that you need to tell me, though, about maybe production or something, go ahead and unmute and ask. But other than that, I'd like to keep questions till the end. Okay. All right. So let me.
Hey folks, Jeremy Whaley here. This is part 4 in my
Jeremy Whaley. Let me
video series, How Crypto Pricing Works. And in this video, we're going to talk about the path to $16 and beyond. And I've called it an addendum. So what I'm going to talk about, I want to be really, really clear that I disclaim this. I'm going to give you my feedback for what I believe needs to happen to make the path to 16 work. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from what Bobby and those guys put out. I'm just saying that here we are. It's the end of the year 2025, and I'm looking at what needs to happen. And I'm saying that this is a conversation for those of us who are part of the community, the grassroots, to get together, have the conversation, say we need to add this to the plan. Okay, so here's the question. The question is, what has to happen? How is it that we're going to get Texit Coin to sustain a market price of $16 or more? And every visionary has to wrestle this question at some point. I'm sure that's the question that Bobby asked whenever he laid out his original path to 16. So, well, how do we get there? I know he said it. He wanted to get $1 billion market cap, $1 billion valuation. So we start with the end and we work our way backwards. Okay. Well, here we are. And now we're big enough that there's some free market activity. There's a little selling going on that maybe people underestimated, and we've got to support the price. So let's talk a little bit about price. Here's a few facts for you. We could hit a multi-billion-dollar market cap even if we never sell another mining seat. Why am I making a big deal about that? Well, it's important that we sell the mining seats. There's a whole lot of functionality that comes with that, especially from a financial standpoint for the project. But that's not what drives the market price. I really want you to know that. The market price is not driven by mining seat sales. That's why there's a disconnect right now. People are saying, oh, well, look at what we drove. It should be worth this. Actually, no. If you didn't watch my video number 2 in this series, go back and watch that. That's not how the price is determined. Okay, the price of the market that it's going to substantiate or support is going to be what the market's willing to pay. And the market will be willing to pay a nice multiple compared to what maybe the core value should be theoretically, if we promote it right. So you look at Dogecoin, you look at Shiba, and you look at so many other projects, they've done it. They've built billion-dollar valuations when they didn't have anything. These were meme coins. I mean, they had nothing. and they built billion-dollar valuations. So we've got so much more than that. It's just simply a function of demand. So here's the thing. At $16, Texit Coin would have a $1 billion market cap. So the question that I'm asking is, what do cryptocurrencies with a $1 billion market cap need? That's a great question, right? So to answer that, I'm going to come over to CoinMarketCap, and I'm going to show you some numbers. Looking at the coins that are in the $1 billion market range, if you look at the next to last column on the right, hopefully you can see my mouse moving over here, you see market cap, and you can see that Arbitrum is a $1.1 billion market cap. And you can kind of come down the list here, and number 65 is Ripple RLUSD. That's a $1 billion market cap. And then you have the XDC network that's just under $1 billion. So that shows you where we are. Now, before we go through some of these numbers, which we're going to do, I want to highlight that Ripple RLUSD, and there's another one on here, First Digital. These are stable coins. Stable coins are completely different, totally different set of rules. Okay, so I'm going to kind of glaze over those because those are different. They're backed differently. Everything about them is different in terms of how market cap and volume and all that stuff works. But the rest of these, I think everything else on the list is just freely traded. So notice starting at the top of the list with Arbitrum, on the far right, you can see the daily volume here, 78 million, just kind of going down the list. The official Trump, number 58, 145 million daily volume for a $1.1 billion market cap. I want to stop there and talk about that. They have no value. There is coin number 58, the Trump coin. It's a meme coin. There is no substance behind that coin. And yet the price is supporting a $1 billion market cap, $1.1 billion market cap, and they've got 145 million in daily volume. Take this lesson, because this is what we can do. When we get out there and we do our part and we help people understand how valuable Texit Coin is and why they want to trade it, why they want to buy it, once they get that, we can hit these numbers too, even if we're not doing the mine part. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about the mine. I mean, I love that part. Obviously, I'm a miner. But I'm just talking about how the crypto market itself works. Understand this. Going down the list here, VeChain, $1 billion. This is an outlier here. They only have about 18 million. That's not very much volume. Quant is the same situation, but you look at Filecoin, 76 million. The biggest outlier is Flare right here. And a couple things that you notice, they've only got 3 million daily volume today, which is a just staggeringly low number. That's just kind of really interesting. And then you'll notice that they're down 12%. So is there a correlation there? And the answer is yes, there is a correlation. The lower your daily volume, the more volatility you tend to see. That's one of the things that we're seeing with Texit right now, is we're seeing not a whole lot of stability, but rather there's a lot of volatility. And the reason for that is a liquidity problem. I'm going to talk about liquidity in future videos, but for now, I want to highlight some stuff here related to Texit Coin. So this is directly from CoinMarketCap. They're showing a price of 264, which is pretty low right now. I'm getting a higher price on TradingView, but I want to highlight a couple of things in here. The way we get to the market cap, they're showing a $211 market cap. That's actually wrong. If you look at the little exclamation point, if you hover over it, it says it's self-reporting, and this is actually wrong. If you multiply the current price, $2.64 times the circulating supply, we're about 150 million market cap, but it's fluctuating a lot. There's a lot of fluctuation happening right now. So I put this nice little chart together so you could see when the price is at 250, we have about 150 million market cap. At $3, it's 181, and all the way up to 10, we have a $603 million market cap. And at $20, we'd have a $1.2 billion. So between $15 and $20, it happens around $16. That's where we get to the $1 billion market cap. Okay, so that's how all those numbers came together. Now notice something about this, though. I'm going to highlight it right here. Our daily volume is like 1 million. It shows it's down 11%. That's because something happened yesterday that had higher volume. 2 days ago, our volume was less than $1 million. We are not even barely averaging $1 million a day in active trading volume. But if you go back and you look at what billion-dollar coins are doing, they're doing like 50 to 100, $150 million a day in trading volume. This is the clue right here, folks. This is what we have to go do. This is how we're going to get to $16, which would be 1 billion. So on this screen, this is a different screenshot. I probably should have labeled these. This is a screenshot of current $200 million market cap. If you look at the market cap column, you'll see that starting with Wormhole, this is a $200 million market cap, and their volume is 14 million. You look at Onyx Coin, $212 million market cap, and they got a daily volume of 20 million. And on. You can see 199 market cap, 8 million, 15 million, 14, 11, 9, 7. What's the theme you're seeing here? If you're looking at these numbers right, you should realize that, to support a $200 million market cap, we need about $10 million a day in trading volume. What was the number we have? It's about $1 million. So if you can do the math really quickly in your head, we're only getting about 1/10 of the daily trading volume that we need to support the market value of our coin. And that's the reason you're seeing the volatility. So where does that come from? Is it just going to magically appear? The answer is no. Most people don't even know Texit Coin exists. It's like we're in the witness protection program. Nobody knows we're there, right? So what do we have to do as the grassroots? We need to get out there and we need to substantiate our value by sharing the message. We got to get our daily volume to support a $1 billion market cap, which is $16 Texit Coin. We have to increase our daily volume to 10 to 20 million a day. 10 to 20 million a day. This will stabilize our volatility. It's not going to eliminate it, but it will stabilize it. This actually, I said, to get us to $16, that just supports our current price. That's what we need right now. If we want this $200 million market cap to stick, we've got to get daily trading volume. Now that might seem like, well, I don't know how to do that. I've never traded before. This is crypto. I'm new. I'm 70 years old. I don't know how to trade. Great. You're just the person I was looking for, because I've been teaching people like you how to trade for 16 years. So you're exactly what I was looking for. Let me answer the question of how can we do it? How can we create that kind of trading volume? And more importantly, how can we get us all the way over to where we can support a $1 billion market cap? And the answer to that is daily trading volume. Here's the numbers. It breaks down really easy. You ready for this? Now I'm making a jump here. I realize as I'm teaching through this, I didn't put a slide for this. So I'm bridging. The last slide I talked about was what we need to substantiate our current market cap. Now this is our future market cap. The $1 billion market cap, we need 100 million a day in trading volume. That's what we need. $100 million a day. Now, how can we do that? Is it even possible to drive $100 million a day in trading volume? You're like, that's 100 times what we're currently doing. You're right. That's why we have to go do our part. We got to go drive 100 times our current trading volume. So how does it happen? Here's how it can happen. A lot of ways to skin this cat. You can have 100 people that are trading $1 million a day. That would give us the volume. We can have 1,000 people that are trading $100,000 a day. We can have 10,000 people trading $10,000 a day, 100,000 trading 1,000, 1 million people trading $100 a day. Now, ideally, in a perfect world, it would be the last one. We'd have 1 million people that are out there, all participating in the market, all trading just $100 a day. That would be awesome. We'd have $100 million a day market volume. Be incredible. That's probably not going to happen tomorrow. So somewhere in this bottom third is the answer. 10,000 people trading $10,000 a day? That's actually doable. You might not think it's doable, but it is doable. You say, how could that possibly be doable? Well, imagine we've got a community of 50,000 people, supposedly. We got 50,000 miners, and I know some of those are, Uncle Larry's dog that somebody signed up. But you know what? I'm not going to judge Uncle Larry or his dog. We have somewhere between 20 and 50 million, 20 and 50,000 people that are in this Texit community, that are real human beings. If we can get 10,000 of them to take the challenge and say, you know what, I'm going to start with trading $100 a day, and I'm going to move it up within 2 weeks to $1,000 a day. And within a month, I'm going to be at $10,000 a day trading volume. If we get 10,000 people in our community to do that, problem solved. We would be creating the liquidity that we need for the market. The grassroots would be doing it. I know someone's sitting there, you're like, I've never traded and I don't have $10,000 a day to throw at this. You don't need $10,000 a day. Because volume is not just dumping money into the market. Volume is the churn. It's how much is coming in and out, over and over again. So imagine that you could get a bot, an automated bot like maybe Pionex, the exchange that Texit is already trading on. They have bots that do this for you. And imagine you could put $1,000 over there, or even $500. If you were to have 10 round trip trades moving $500 in and out, in and out, in and out, 10 times a day, that would be $10,000 in volume. If we had 1,000 people doing that, whoa, we just created $10 million in volume. That's what we need to support what we have right now. We just need 1,000 people doing what I just described, have a $500 in your Pionex account, in and out, in and out, in and out. Let the bot do the work. You don't even have to do it. You don't even have to be a trading genius. You don't really even have to know how trading works. You just have to let the bot run. Okay, what if we had 10,000 people in our community doing that? We'd have $10,000 a day volume per person. That'd be $100 million of volume. We would have the liquidity we need. Would every one of those make all the money that they want? Probably not. But, those bots, I've been running the bot now for a couple weeks and it hasn't lost money. It's made like 2 or 3 tokens, I think, 2 or 3 Texit Coin. But, it hasn't lost money, but it is creating volume. And that's my point, is if we have our community actively trading, if we have our community supporting this, and I'm using the bot as a solution, I'm not saying everybody has to use a bot, but if we are out there participating in the market, then we are being the solution. So here's the 2 levers that I see that we need to throw. Here's the 2 levers. We need to, number 1, increase our trading demand. Increase our trading demand within our own community. And if we can do that, then we're going to create the market liquidity, actual liquidity that we need. And number 2, we need to be increasing our social presence and our memes that bring awareness to the project. This is going to create market demand. Now, I'm going to do other videos on how the social part works. We don't just need to be out there saying, oh, look, we supported the parade. That's nice. That's what corporate does. That's corporate social media. That's not what the grassroots does. What the grassroots does is we go out there, some people call it shilling, but basically what it is we are telling everybody how great Texit Coin is. And we're going to create memes that say that. And we're going to, create a whole community around this idea that Texit Coin is the greatest cryptocurrency ever. And when we do that, and we do that for a good 6 or 8 or 10 months, a year from now, the momentum that this community is going to have, the momentum that this movement will have, here's the beautiful thing about it. The beautiful thing is if we do our part 1 year from now, we still need Bobby as the fearless leader, but it will not be the Bobby Gray show. 1 year from now, it will be the community. And that's what we must create. If we want Texit to be long-term what we imagine it being, we have to do this for us. We do it for Bobby, yes, but we do it for us. This is what Texit the project needs. That's why I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video and I'm setting this vision for us, the community, because this is the next phase. If we could do if I had a graph to show you the business life cycle, we're in this part of the life cycle. There's a curve for how this works. We're in this part of the life cycle where we, the community, have to step up and do our part. That's what I'm trying to inspire into you and instill into you, is that if it's going to be, it's up to us. If it's going to be, it's up to us. Okay? So here's my key takeaway for this video. We must do this. We must do it. As one of my mentors used to say, if I could, I should. If I should, I must. So I think I've laid the case out. We can do this. We can. Since we can do it, we really should go do this for our community. And since we should, we must. It has to become a must for us. It has to become where our community, those of us who are part of the miner community, the grassroots, where we say, just simply trying to sell seats so we can get a little commission, that's good. That's good. But if we really want to support our project long term, what we have to do, we have to tell everybody. We have to tell everybody, go over to Pinex, go to MEXC, go to DexTrade, wherever you can buy it, and start buying Texit Coin, because this thing's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. As Bobby said, we're on a rocket ship, right? Well, the rocket ship, that's the mining part, right? But this rocket ship's going to the moon. And if you're not on the rocket ship, that's okay. You can actually be on the outside just buying our Texit Coin. In fact, we'd really like for you to do that. Go over here to Pionex, go over here to DexTrade or MEXC or one of these, Biconomy, or one of these exchanges that's trading our Texit Coin, and start buying it. In fact, you should just set it on an auto buy. Buy 100 a week. Just start buying our Texit Coin, because that's what all of you should be doing. And then we go out and we push our memes out here. Texit Coin outperformed Bitcoin in 2025. Bitcoin was only up 100%. Texit Coin was up 3,000%. Why are you still trading Bitcoin when you could be trading Texit Coin? Why? You know what? XRP, you guys think you're so special. You're going to be doing international cross-border payments. Ooh, you've been claiming you're going to be a $100 coin for the last 5 years, and you can't even crack $4. You could go up 100% right now and you still wouldn't be over $4. And you had never gotten there, but Texit Coin has. In fact, Texit Coin, if you'd bought it at the beginning of 2025, your $100 would be worth over $4,000. Where's it going to be in 2026? $16, $80, $1,000, $2,000 and beyond. You guys all need to buy Texit Coin. That's what I mean when I say we have to go out and spread the message of Texit Coin. People have to buy Texit Coin. They have to realize this is the greatest opportunity in their lifetime. They may not be miners. They may say, hey, I don't have $1,000 to buy a mining seat. Fantastic. Do you have $100? Can you go buy $100 worth of the Texit Coin? Because that's how you can support the project. And more importantly, it could change your life. This could potentially retire your family. Is it going to retire their family? I don't know. Not if we don't go out and support it, but if we go out and support it, imagine you gave somebody that gift. Imagine you gave somebody the gift of giving them the hot Texit Coin tip, and they could carve out just $100 and go buy $100 worth of Texit Coin. And 2, 3, 4 years from now, what if Texit Coin's trading at $10,000? You gave them the greatest gift ever. For $100, they were able to buy a few coins, and now it might be worth $100,000 for them. If they just bought $100 worth today. Well, what if they could buy $100 worth today and $100 next week and $100 next week and over the course of a year? What if they bought $5,200 worth of Texit Coin on the open market? And now, fast forward 3 or 4 or 5 years, Texit Coin's doing everything XRP never could do. Everything so many of these other cryptocurrencies never could do. Their armies, they were out there shilling it on social media. They did the memes. But their projects couldn't do what Texit Coin can do. This is why everybody needs to be in Texit Coin. You see what I'm talking about? What I'm explaining to you, the message that I'm giving to you right now, this is the message that we have to go out and share with the world. It's nice to sponsor the airports. That's great. Gives us some visibility. It's nice to sponsor the parade. That's what corporate can go do. That's what Bobby and his team can go out and spend money on. It's up to us to go out into social media and to tell the entire world, you have to buy Texit Coin. This is the one. I have done my research and I found the one cryptocurrency that's going to change the world. It's Bitcoin 2.0. This does everything Bitcoin could never do. Most importantly, it's made in America. Made in America, mined in America, by Texans, for Texans, given out to the world. Texas is serving the world. We're saving the world with our Texit Coin. You need to buy Texit Coin, TXC. You can buy it at Pinex, you can buy it at MEXC, you can buy it at DexTrade. Here, look, we've got 9 exchanges where you can buy it. You see how this works, folks? This is exciting. This is actually the most exciting thing that has happened to Texit Coin in the last year. I mean, yeah, it was exciting to see it go from, 14 cents in January to $7 in September. That was pretty exciting. But you know what's really exciting? To realize what we hold in our hand. to realize that you and I and all of the people that we've invited into Texit and the people that we have in our network, we can actually anticipate 4 or 5 years down the road. We could look down there and say, look what Texit can be. We can say, if that's going to happen, I can play my role today. What is your role? For some of you, you're great graphics people. You can go create the memes that we go out and share. For some of you, you're teachers, and you could do videos like I'm doing right now and share the message. For some of you, you have different, maybe you're networkers. You're great at connecting with people on social media, and you can spread it like a virus. Imagine that all of us, instead of, seeing all the people that are complaining, what if we look at our skill sets? What if we look at what we can do and say, how do I serve this community? Because that's what a grassroots community does. What we do is we don't look for somebody else to be our savior. We say, I am my own savior here, and I've burned the boats. I'm not turning back. I'm all in. And I'm telling you, I'm all in. When I saw Texit Coin the first time, I said no, and that was a huge mistake. And I finally jumped in. When I finally understood the project and understood what they were doing, I finally jumped in. And it took me a whole weekend to sort out how all this stuff worked. And when I finally got it, I called Aaron, who sponsored me in Texit Coin, and I said, I'm all in. I said, this is it. These are my people. I align with everything. I align with the core values. I align with the direction. I align with the messaging of what they're doing. They're doing it right. And I see that there's an opportunity for us to be part of the grassroots and to make it happen. I said, I'm all in. That's what I told her. That's what I'm telling you. I'm saying it publicly. I'm all in on this thing. I genuinely believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then okay, be passive. Stand on the sideline, but don't complain. Don't complain. If you don't believe in it, don't complain. That doesn't help anybody. But if you believe in it, find a way. Find a way to say, okay, how can I do my part? And I know you're going to. I know you are, because I've had so many of you that have reached out already, and you're joining my group that we're calling TXC Rocket Fuel. And what are we going to do? We're doing this right here. I'm teaching you guys about trading, teaching how the market works, teaching you about social media, how that works. And we're going to be the fuel. We're going to drive this rocket ship. You're part of it. Okay, and if you're watching this video in that group, then great. Welcome to the group. If you're watching it somewhere else, maybe someone forwarded it to you or passed it around, come join us. Be the fuel. Be the rocket fuel to drive this rocket ship from the planet to the moon, and from the moon and beyond into the galaxy. It's what we need. It's what we have to do. It's up to us. All right. So that is my message in this video. I probably went a little long. Sorry if I did. Let me know what you think. Give me your
Okay. So I thought that there's a lot of great information in there, but you know what I really got out of it was, what are we doing? How are we participating? What are we doing? I really loved his message in the last 5 minutes of that. Um, uh, Maybe I know AI like Corey, and he's always given us content to use. Why are we not taking that content and utilizing it, right? What are we doing to help participate in it? Now I'm going to go look into the Pionex bots and see about setting up a bot to trade with and to have a consistent thing going on there. I'm not suggesting to everybody to do that. I know that I'll go check it out, and if another leader goes and checks that out, and then maybe he's good enough to teach on that, we maybe could teach on that. But we're not saying go out and get a bot or anything like that. He clearly was just giving ideas to be trading, to be buying, to be selling, to be participating in the market cap of Texit Coin. So all of the time that we're spending here, so I believe that leads right into, and maybe we can separate. Maybe Andrea can find Herschel's training on Pionex, and we could separate that and post that on WhatsApp as well for you. But we do have the full list on there. It was just posted yesterday of every single training. But I did separate Corey's training for Dex Trade, just so that we can do what Bobby said for 2 hours yesterday. for 2 hours yesterday. Almost every question answered had something to do with participating in buying while it's low. And for a guy like myself who came in at 42 cents, I'm not really watching the price so much, but I'm still very, very darn happy where we are today. And I also know the what happens. There's a bunch of factors that go on around this time of the year, going into January. I believe Chinese New Year has to play with things. Of course, Christmas does. And being a United States based project, um, uh, obviously Christmas has a little bit to do with it. And so we do have the Pionex training there as well in the chat, and then she'll put that in WhatsApp as well. Folks, I have people all day long, at least 4 or 5 times a day, asking me to find things. I'm just going to be really, really clear. For Thomas Dubois, I post everything on WhatsApp, Digital Blessings Info Group, okay? And then I steal stuff from Corey, I steal stuff from Carl, I steal stuff from Telegram, but I don't have that group as a chat because other people do have a chat, okay? And that's okay. I just choose to have that informational only. So you'll see meetings posted, and you'll see meetings posted multiple times because all of the and if you don't like the multiple postings, I understand that. But it just trust me, if we don't do it sometimes we miss. I'm just trying to get it to people and just trying to get the information to people. So that's what that page is used for. But for instance, while this was playing, I posted 3 things, and now with Andrea's help, 3 things for sure that go along with everything that we're teaching right now. Okay. By the way, I know that there's great leaders on here. I am looking for people's ideas and trainings to end the year strong with, and so please get a hold of me. Whether we want to do mostly, we want to be like at least 80%. Or 75% of this, or whatever percentage, we want to be everything crypto. Because the whole point of this 4-day-a-week call is to get people independent with crypto, right? And so they can buy, sell, trade, learn all of these things. So if you have more expertise at helping somebody be a beginner in trading, you don't have to trade to be a part of Texit Coin. But we just heard a whole video on how that could help. We also heard Bobby say, now's the time to go and buy. And I did hear Bobby say that even going to the back office to buy TXC will help. Everything helps. Okay. So what are we doing to help? Then one of the biggest things we know that we can do is Herschel taught on going and marking bullish once a day on CoinMarketCap. Okay, so just go to CoinMarketCap once a day and participate in that. That's one thing. Okay, that's just one thing. Okay, X, getting on there and being a part of X and helping that out. Then doing your own social media stuff on it. We all know that social media carries a big weight if you go live. If you do lives seem to get a lot more activity than just a normal post. And then they also say, I'm guilty of this one, I like to just cheat and copy and paste and share other people's stuff. And I learned the other day, maybe it was from Candace or somebody like that was on here sharing that we should change it up a little bit. Or maybe that was Angie, I'm not sure. But maybe we should just change it up just a little bit before reposting somebody else's stuff. Now, am I talking about, changing a parade video or whatnot? No. So with that being said, that is what I have for you today. Now, I thought about playing Corey's video. I thought about, and we could, and we will and can do replays of other people's videos. Towards as we go here when we need to, because many people are brand new and haven't seen some of the great trainings. But do know that everything that we've done for the last 2 months on here is recorded, almost everything. Probably a really, really good one. The first one we didn't record. We were just trying to fill our way out there. But Andrea did such an awesome job on that first one on Coin Market Cap that I wish we would have recorded it. Questions or leaders? Do you have some stuff that you can add to the flavor here? And we'll go for about another 15 minutes if we need to. You can raise your hand at the bottom if you have a question, or if you're a ranger or a leader that wants to add, maybe you have knowledge of what was just said on the video. I thought that video was 100% appropriate after what Bobby shared last night. Bobby, and if you haven't watched last night, you got to. You absolutely got to. And if you got on here late, quit being late. No, I'm just kidding. Now that was funny right there. I don't care who you are. Okay. But no, if you got on here late, watch that video. I did post it as well that we just got done watching. I'm just having fun with everybody. You know that. Okay. Leaders, questions. Mr. Marston, come on at it. Give it to us.
Good day, brother. How are you? Hello, family in this beautiful Texit world. I just actually sent you a message. I was going to ask you, Thomas, if you could add me on your WhatsApp there so I can reach out. I wanted to share or help from the Canada side of things in the crypto trading to help people, understand what platforms are used across the country. It is different province to province, so I'm willing to help out in that regard. So that's what I wanted to share. And again, another beautiful meeting. I love it.
Okay, and so can you repeat okay, somebody just added. So, Jeff, can you ask? I think Corey. Can you ask Corey to add you to my chat because I don't think
Sure.
I have you in my contacts yet.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Yeah. And just so you know, I'm all in, man. Let's go. Let's get trading every day.
And tell me again what you were hoping to share and trade on.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
share.
so what I can do is I can help out with people here in Canada on what platforms that we can use for trading Texit Coin here in Canada, this side of the border. I know there's some people out west that are having an issue saying that they're unable to use Dex Trade. I'm able to use Dex Trade here in Ontario, Canada. I'm also able to use Pinex. So those platforms I can share throughout all of our Canadian miners how to on ramp, off ramp through those platforms, and along with social media. I love using the X and so on, so I can help out in that regards as well. And yes, in the digital content and creation, I'm not sure if a lot of the community members know, but yes, I was the one that created our song, our infamous mining song that Bobby loves there. So that will be coming out in a digital mastered copy for everybody to share in this community, followed with a video for us as well, just in the music world.
Okay, so a whole lot of there, but what you said at the beginning, and then we'll save the video content and for fill in sometime. But so you ready? You know what I do? I pin you to the table. So
Yeah.
Tomorrow or Friday, give it to me. Which one?
Friday.
All right, Corey, that means you got to do tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, Friday. Okay, so spread the word to Canada people, but please remember the United States-based project as you're throwing that out there, and as you're throwing out the Canada stuff, because whatever the content you're giving. Just like for you, not all of it fits. So for us, not all of it will fit. So we're going to grab from you everything that we possibly can. And we're very,
Gotcha.
very excited to have you sharing with us your knowledge on all that you just shared. And it's very important that like for instance, Dextrade here, all that if we want to use Dextrade in the United States, we cannot go past just a login membership. If we go anywhere past that, we get blocked up. Okay. And sometimes people are saying that Gmails aren't totally working here in the U.S. So you guys get to use the full thing. You get to get KYC there. You get to do the whole 9 yards. And so that'd be nice to kind of know the difference there. But recognizing that we don't want the U.S. people going in and trying to do what you guys are doing, and so that will be really good to get a little bit of that difference, and just making sure that we're making expressing the two differences, right? So that's awesome. I'm not I'm jumping ahead of myself here because I am excited to have Mr. Jeffrey Marston training on Friday. Spread the word, especially to Canada people. So I got to get that out to Renee and Shar and all of those folks that have big Canadian teams, and we're very excited about that. Okay, and if any leader has content for tomorrow, please let me know. If not, you get more of me. No, and you might be sick of that. But I also believe that that Sarah and Mr. Ryan might have something coming at us here soon too. So a lot of people with a lot of ideas, guys. This isn't the Tommy Show. It's going to take all of us. And then I would like to, start gearing up to being excited about the new year in these trainings going through the new year and what that means to us. And also that we're going to have all sorts of new content and stuff coming out because we know that Bobby just put out $500,000 for a group to give us new content and to give us simplicity and to give us new ways to share. So after the promo, after the whatever, we're going to have all that. But we're not going to take our eye off the prize of having a whole team of people independent with cryptocurrency. That's what this is all about. Questions, volunteers, you name it. Go ahead and go ahead. We're ready for you, Jeffrey. Thank you for that.
You bet. I'm all in. I'm here for the family.
We're excited. Whatever you're going to share, all that you're going to share. Okay.
Thomas, I just want to throw something in here, and I know you've mentioned this. However, when people text me or call me that are already miners and they're complaining about the price, my first question to them is, how are you being connected? Most of the people that are complaining are not connected.
Yep.
So it's really, really important that we encourage them to, follow WhatsApp and to listen to the calls. And I had somebody text me yesterday while Bobby was talking, complaining about the price. How can I sell this if the price is going down so low? And I went, well, are you on the call with Bobby? That was my response. And it's like, well, no, and and I just put question marks. And we have to really encourage people to just put it in their calendar to stay connected, whether or not they get tired of the notifications. The notifications are there for us to remind us. If they don't want to have their notifications on, then just tell them, check your WhatsApp a couple times a day. Stay up, connected. And that's my biggest frustration with people is that they're not staying connected.
And we record everything almost.
Yep.
And so I just got asked for the last 24 hours by a certain group. I got asked everything to do with the Christmas promo. And you want to just say, but I don't. I answer and then I say, hey, we've trained on this for the last week. We've trained on this for 4 days now, type of thing. But we're putting it out there in multiple ways for you, and people are putting their hard-earned work in and volunteering. And it's always somebody that complains that isn't willing to step up. So, when so as Bobby said, and as that gentleman said, the complaining helps us none. Okay. And me and Sarah were talking about this yesterday. What are you doing to make a difference? Well, it might just be a little bit to get us through Christmas that you're doing. Maybe that's why you're selling. For one, I suggest to people if you're going to sell, and you're selling to have Christmas money, and you're not selling to trade with or to do whatever, maybe keep that. Maybe check with other teammates on something like that. But without a doubt, there's other things that you can be doing in a small way, whether it's social media, whether it's going on to CoinMarketCap, whether it's moving and trading $20 a day, $100 a day. I always have a little bit of money in Dex trade that I'm going in and out on. Okay, I'm setting limit trades, and I'm usually making money. My first month in this, I made $4,500 my first month just by setting limit trades. Okay. And buying and selling on Dex trade. I just did what I knew to do: buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. It's not very tough. Okay. But that's not all it either is. Right now, we have an opportunity of a lifetime. And you hear this said all the time, but we have an opportunity of a lifetime. If it's low right now and we've seen it up to 6 and we believe in this project, what are you talking about? Get in there, borrow, steal, beg, borrow, steal. We have an opportunity of a lifetime. Get more hash. Get more TXC. Again, guys, I'm just gonna. Well, I probably shouldn't say how much, but um, tens of thousands of dollars worth of coin that I have purchased in the last 2 weeks. Tens of thousands of dollars, a lot of it. Okay, maybe you can't do that, but can you take $50 and buy a little? If 50,000 people did that, it would make a big difference in where we are right now. Also, in the small things, in the ways to push, to participate, and whatnot, as many ideas have been given already. Leaders, Sarah, thank you for that, by the way. You're always amazing. Leaders or questions? I think there was a ton of great information on here. Also, realize if you're buying a bunch of gift cards, we know there's going to be a spike soon, don't we? I know. When I cash in my five gift cards for people, that I'm hitting 9 and 9 that week. That's a guarantee. So I'm setting myself up for the future of what's coming in the mail. Am I not? That's kind of the way I see that. So that's another thing to participate in what they're putting out there, right? So there's going to be a big, huge spike there. There's going to be a big, huge spike in the new year. Just we get through Christmas, and then guys, like Bitcoin always plays this game in these months here. Goes up, then goes down, and through Chinese New Year, and all of these crazy things. And there's so many things that have to do with it. So we don't try to eat the whole elephant, and we don't, like Bobby says, he doesn't even look at the coin price now. We don't try to eat the whole thing. We try to do our part. We try to do our part, and we do our part without complaining. Okay, because we're still in a great place. Bobby said that he still expects us to find our way to 12 by February. So, am I shouting that off the rooftops? Not necessarily, but I am speaking it. Miguel, unmute, give us some love.
Oh, hey, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to piggyback on top of what Sarah was saying. I've heard Sarah say before to other people that aren't paying attention is, hey, it's your money. Pay attention, folks. And I think also we have to give people a little grace because it's really not on their radar for the most part. They're busy. People have other things going on. And so I see my part of my job is to help get it on their radar and engage people in such a way and keep that momentum and that excitement going. So yeah, I just wanted to say that to help people encourage people to keep it on their radar. Hey, it's your money. Pay attention because we've got something very special here, no doubt.
And we know that we're preaching to the choir with the people that are on the 7 a.m. training. Okay.
Right.
So, but we're trying to help us all to just spread that word that, hey, the message might be for people to plug in and for us to bring the message that the video shared, that Sarah shared, that Jeffrey shared, that Miguel shared, to bring that message to our teammates that, hey, they're suggesting that we do just a little bit more now. They're suggesting that if we got into this to be passive, that we might find a way to just go to CoinMarketCap and check this box every day. That we might just find a way to go like things on X. That we might just find a way to encourage other teammates to sell. The other thing is it all starts with what are we willing to learn more of? What are we willing to be more a part of? Now, many people are going to be in here and not be on the radar and be passive, but I strongly suggest that we tell people that we get to be ahead of the world because we have a platform that every single day there's something there that we can learn a little bit more of. And if we all took just a few minutes a day, like we're doing on this call, again, preaching to the choir, we're learning a little bit more. Maybe today wasn't your cup of tea. Please plug in tomorrow because it might be not even be your coffee tomorrow. No, that was kind of my funny drink. I don't know what the heck that was. that, that was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. And I was going to say also, Thomas, I hear you. And it's, everyone that's on this call and that plugs in, that's tuned in every day. I so appreciate that. But I think we have to hold the faith for the people that don't have a strong belief right now. We have to hold that up. That's my opinion. And we're doing that. And I think we just have to encourage people to be
Yes.
excited and have that vision of where we're going. Like
Well,
Bobby last night.
and in that message, we're not in a bad place. So can't we can't hold the faith if we're carrying a message that we're in a bad place right now because we're not. The coin price is totally fine
Yeah,
for where we are in the community, where we are in the time of the year, where we are. It's exactly what happens every single year. Every single year that I've been in cryptocurrency, this is where we are. Every single year
you
is
bet.
every single year at the beginning of December, I could cash out on a spike, and then by the end of December, it's down low, and I'm wondering what happened. And then come January, I'm shouting off the rooftops again. So keep people excited. Let's keep lifting everybody up. Let's share with people that we have a message of learning. Let's share with people that we have a message of trying to do a little bit more. And we have to, like Sarah said, we have to spread the message of plugging in. And Miguel piggybacked on. We have to bring that message. When somebody comes to us, is for one, did you hear multiple leaders say they don't allow the negatives? I learned that lesson years ago with a man named Dick Lore, and it was this simple that the clickbait people, he doesn't give the time of day. And I'm just going to tell you all this. unless it's relevant to my exact team and a member of this team that we need to help and serve or something, please don't bring me any negative articles or anything like that. I have no interest in even looking at them. Ever, never, no how, none such. It does not serve my family or my community at all. So don't bother sending me it. Okay.
Amen.
And I'm just having some love there. Okay. But I feel bad because I do tell people I'm not going to bother looking at that. But thank you. Because
Thomas, I'd like to piggyback on what you just said because that is so true. I tell people I won't even read it.
yeah.
Look at the resource. What are they trying to sell? They just want to collect your information. And then I also throw in, listen, if this was a scam, who in their right mind would spend $3.5 million a month on building a brand? And don't you think that these airports and these events that we're sponsoring would do their own vetting? So, that is something that, people are not really thinking sometimes. They're just focused on the negative. And, the other thing that I just want to really quickly throw in here is there are a lot of leaders out there doing their own thing, which is awesome, even within our own community here. And it's awesome that they're becoming self sufficient. However, what I want to encourage all of you to do is don't do your people a disservice by not putting them on WhatsApp. Because just because you want control of your team, which is great because you're a true leader, but you are doing your other people a disservice because you're making their decision to not stay connected. Let them have the power to stay connected and choose for themselves whether or not they want to participate in all of these trainings or not. And that's the biggest challenge that I see, that there are there are leaders out there that are keeping people from the full community. And to me, that feels like a disservice to our people that we're engaging. So you can take that with a grain of salt, but I let everybody have a choice instead of me making their decision.
Principles before personalities. Principles
Exactly.
before personalities. We're trying to better the whole community, and the people that are giving the efforts, they're at least giving the efforts. We're doing the best that we frickin' can, and if we are doing the best that we can, man, maybe learn to love up on that, a little bit. I'll tell you, I'm in another program that there's a personality on there that really, really I have a hard time with. Maybe because they're a lot like me. I don't know. Usually that's what it is. It's a mirror image. So maybe that's what everybody's got to do. Look in the mirror and see if your same personality is bothering you. But my point is then I found out and I thought about it and I prayed about it because it was really bothering me. And this person is doing so much work for that other business. They're doing so much work and way more that I gain so much respect for them that I understood that this person, because I've been on the phone with them at 3 a.m. Fixing a Google Doc or something, and so I know how hard they're working. And I allowed her, him, the person to get. I'm terrible at this. To gain a whole bunch of respect from me, and now I really, really lift them up most of the time. Although some of their personality stuff still gets me. But everybody knows that I come from the world of recovery, and if I went to an AA meeting and let a personality bother me, I would never serve another human being to get them sober in my life because they all come in there sick and they all come in there a pain in the butt and they all come in there with bad attitudes. They all come in there with a God complex. They all come in there just hurt and broken and bad, right? That's where I learned principles before personalities because I can't serve. I can't do God's work in those meetings, help other alcoholics get what I got for 24 years if I'm allowing their ailment to get in the way of being helped or served. Because they'll say the stupidest things that you just want to get up out of the meeting and leave. You see what I'm saying? I say some of the stupidest things on here. You guys might want to get up out of the meeting and leave, you know? But I'm just putting it on me for a fun joke, because my shoulders are big in this arena. See, because I put myself out in the forefront for 30 years in this industry. And when other people aren't doing presentations, I am. And that goes for all of you. So, anyways, love up on those leaders. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to share a little fun exercise that I do with my team, and we always check on it monthly. And I call it the what goal. So it's the what goal is for Texit Coin or any project really, but you write down your personal goal and then write down your community goal. And then the what part is ask yourself, what are you doing for your personal goal and what are you doing for the community goal? So I call it the what goal activity.
I like it because we are building a community here. And whether you're working from home, whatever you're doing, um, uh, okay, there you go. Good stuff, Andrea. It all starts when you sign up and get a welcome email, and your sponsor gets you plugged into the right space to learn and grow. It's up to you to plug into those right spaces. I get asked all the time, how do I learn this so fast and become knowledgeable? Simple, plug in and do all the meetings and take notes while I grow. I have my notes to reflect on, and I promise you, Thomas's energy and motivation will help you succeed. Sorry, it's a Zoom doom day, and my mic is not working. So, and she has this brand new, beautiful computer. So, uh, everybody has said it on the spot. And I love the community goal that Jeffrey just shared. I love what Sarah shared. I love what Miguel shared. I love what all of you are sharing. Okay, we want to make a difference now. Carry that message. I'm gonna give a bad example real quick here, and we'll end the meeting. But there's been projects in the past that the people, as soon as a price goes down or whatnot, they jump on Discord, which is a big communication channel for a lot of crypto projects and whatnot, and just negative, 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 and they're all feeding off of each other. Negative, negative. I knew this was this, and I knew this was that, and they're saying things that aren't even true, and yet they have $10,000 invested in that project, but they're bringing this negative message onto Discord or onto Facebook or onto the public site, and they're killing their own project. We don't do negatives. We talked about that a lot. But do you understand how stupid that is? That, oh, the coin price is down. I'm going to talk about the coin price being down, and yet I want the money that I have to grow. And yet I want my money to grow. I have the example was $10,000 in a program, but I'm on Discord saying how it's not working. That's like me sitting in front of my dog grooming shop and saying it's not busy enough today. This business sucks. The doodles are getting too hairy. I don't like my dog grooming shop no more. And saying that to every customer that comes in. You see what I'm saying? Just makes no sense. Makes no sense. Instead, we hire more bathers so that they can wash all those hairy dogs. That's what we do. We load it up. What do? You load it up. You lift it up. You say, okay, remember the story, that the guy got off the plane, saw that nobody's wearing shoes for Nike, and said, hey, boss, I'm coming home. Okay. Well, that's the negative people on Discord or whatever, right? Okay. Or we be that guy that says, woo, 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 send them all, send all the shoes because nobody has shoes here. Well, here, this is what we got to start shouting off the rooftops. It's time to buy. It's time to trade. It's time to do everything that we possibly can in our power. The serenity prayer I leave you with. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you're having a negative conversation with your people about the coin price, you're a part of the problem. God bless you. Have a great, great day. You all can unmute.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That was
Thomas.
great.
Teach.
Thank you, Thomas. That's great.
Very
Thank you,
inspirational.
Thomas.
Great information.
I love you
Love that.
guys.
That was the
Love that.
Awesome.
best.
Thanks,
Love that
Thomas.
serenity prayer. That serenity prayer is everything.
Yes,
It
it is.
is.
It
It
is.
gets me through. Last
I
year, that's what I
appreciate
gave
it.
out for gifts. I sent a bunch of serenity prayers around to everybody. That was fun.
It's a
All
good
right.
one. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Thomas.
Okay, anybody
Bye-bye,
wants to
Thomas.
teach tomorrow, text me. If you want to teach something tomorrow, text me. I got some ideas though. Bye.